Godzilla is directed by Gareth Edwards, and it stars Aaron Taylor Johnson, Ken Watanabe, Elizabeth Olsen, Sally Hawkins, and Bryan Cranston. And in this film, an American soldier attempts to return to his family while caught in the crossfire of an ancient rivalry between Godzilla and the two parasitic monsters known as Mutos. So, so yeah, like I recently reviewed our Godzilla versus Kong, the New Empire, but I've never reviewed. I've seen all of them. I'm all caught up with all the Godzilla like MonsterVerse movies. You know, Godzilla, uh, King of the Monsters, Kong Skull Island. I've seen all of them, you know, but I just never posted. Oh, and I think yeah, I think I posted a review for Godzilla versus Kong. But yeah, like Godzilla, the sequel, you know, King of the Monsters, Kong Skull Island. I didn't review any of that on on my YouTube channel. So better late than never, as they say. So yeah, I love how the film, you know, kickstarted the ongoing MonsterVerse and brought back Godzilla after a 10-year hiatus. Well, when this movie came out at the time, which was 2014, since the release of Godzilla Final Wars. It is a massive improvement, and it proved that Hollywood could make a good Godzilla movie after the infamous 1998 film of the same name, which received overwhelmingly negative reviews from critics and made fans angry. Um, so yeah, and there was one IMAX marquee even boasted about the 2014 film having 100% last Matthew Broderick, who was seen as one of the 1998 movie's worst aspects. This film, guys, has an amazing, great score. Let me actually look this up because I really want to know. Screenplay, produce, and music. Okay, yeah, I can't pronounce that name, but yeah. Anyway, great score. This movie has an absolutely great score. This is spectacular. You know, it has spectacular special effects for the kaiju. Godzilla's new design here is very well done, looking faithful to how he usually does, while still looking very distinct. There's some really good acting, especially from Aaron Taylor Johnson, Ken Watanabe, and Bryan Cranston. All three men were amazing. They were the three shining characters, the three shining actors in this film. In my, you know, personally, in my opinion, there are some awesome moments throughout the film. The best example being when Godzilla kills the female Muto by blasting his atomic breath down her throat. That was badass, and I felt like at that moment, you know, we were kind of waiting for it, and when it happened, it was extremely satisfying. 100%. This movie shows that director Gareth Edwards has amazing directing, and his direction in this film is really good. I like that, and the story is very good as well, and it's very, you know, it makes a lot of sense, and you get to be introduced into this world, and you get to know these characters. There's some fight scenes with Godzilla and the Mutos, Mutos or the Mutos. I keep pronouncing it Mutos. I, it's been a while since I've seen this film, so I did not rewatch this movie, and it's got some massive, which, you know, from what I heard when this movie came out, it got massive praise from everyone, both critics and the audience alike, and you know. And you know, Godzilla has a really cool design, as I said, and the same can be said for the Mutos, and you know, and for the Mutos. There's flawless, breathtaking cinematography. Its success inspired Toho to bring Godzilla back, starting with 2016's Shin Godzilla, and the two Mutos are threatening and unique monster villains. There's some highly impressive production values, and this film has a very well handled dark tone. Despite being undeveloped, some characters are good and likable, but that's where we segue and transition into the issues that I had with this film. Although this is a Godzilla movie, the fight scenes of Godzilla and the Mutos are only shown for a few minutes, with the film focusing mostly on the human characters, and that's something I don't really get. Like, why do we have to focus so much on the human characters? I guess it's because of budgetary and CGI issues. That's the only way I can see like an excuse for this. Speaking of the Mutos, one of the trailers are rather misleading as it implies that Godzilla would be the film's antagonist, like in the original 1954 film, but the movie portrays him as the hero who battles the two Mutos. It's a bit of an issue I had, but it's more of a slight nitpick, but it's something the trailers was misleading, and so um but yeah, Bryan Cranston. Another issue, Bryan Cranston was plastered by some promotions as the main leading actor when he is really a minor character, and the real leading actor is Aaron Taylor Johnson. Although some of the characters are good and likable, as mentioned, you know, from previous and earlier on in this video, most of them are uninteresting and underdeveloped. Like Ford, Brody, who is a mediocre character who shows little emotion and has little personality. There are some slow, weak pacing with unnecessarily long, drawn out scenes of filler, which can make this movie very boring most of the time. And the CGI effects are sometimes mediocre, but sometimes not. It you know, it in like certain aspects and like certain angles, like you're like, not bad, but not great. It's like pretty mid. A lot of the monster action sequences have a very dark gray or black filter over them and are often hidden in the dark, so most of the time the fights are only slightly visible and difficult to see and or almost invisible because of how dark they are. And there's too much like shaky camera work and cutaways during some of the scenes. And yeah, Godzilla does has thinking about it, Godzilla does have less screen time here than he does in the 1998 film. But yeah, like this film. But yeah, overall, I do love the direction by Gareth. His directing, the visual effects, the musical score, the cinematography, and the respect to the source material itself, and also Bryan Cranston's amazing performance, and along with Aaron Taylor Johnson. Although Godzilla's screen time and the underdeveloped characters are something I have a huge issue with. Um, but the script, the script wasn't really fully executed. I thought there was a bit lacking in the script. Um, it wasn't fully executed well. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wish, the name is Godzilla, not Godzilla and the humans. Not, the humans and Godzilla. But yeah, like the movie really tries to focus on the human characters. And I get it. I understand that you want like some sort of human connection in this monster film. Literally a monster film. And I get it. Sympathy, empathy, and all that shit. But I just wish the movie's titled Godzilla. You know, I just wish there was more Godzilla. There's barely any Godzilla in his own movie. You know, that's a big issue. That's a big issue with the title of the film. So, but anyway, Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to listening to my review, my thoughts on Godzilla. Please like and subscribe. That will really help me a lot. I am thankful for that. I appreciate that. And I am grateful for all that. And I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks.